What's up, guys? I'm Kay Scholl. Welcome to the Financial Awareness channel. So just the other day, I did a video about how you can refinance and pay your student loans off early. And it got me to thinking about the bigger picture of paying off debt or investing your money. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Should you pay off your debt or invest? All right, let's talk it out together. We're going to talk a little bit about numbers and a little bit about emotions and behavior. If you've seen any of my videos previously, you've heard me say that personal finance is personal and that my videos shouldn't be taken as financial advice for your unique and personal situation. The reason why I say that is because personal finance is personal and we often favor emotions and behavior over math. Sure, there's good debt and there's bad debt, but generally speaking, people don't like debt, and it's for good reason. You've probably heard someone say, "Oh, I'd love to go on that vacation, but I have all this debt." Or, "Oh, I'd love to buy that," or "I'd love to do this, but I have all this debt." Debt is incredibly overwhelming. It's always on your mind, and it can weigh heavily on your shoulders, and not necessarily just on the material things throughout life, but debt could also potentially keep you from getting the job you really want. If you're between jobs or you're looking for jobs and you're littered with debt payments, you might have to take the very first job offer that comes your way as opposed to the job that you really want, or maybe the job that's a month or two more away that you just haven't found yet. But you take the first job that comes your way because you have bills to pay and debt that you have to pay off. So debt can really hurt you throughout life. Okay, so when you hear people talk about how they want to pay off their debt or pay down their debt instead of investing, what they're really saying to themselves is that they are prioritizing the emotional victory of finally paying off their debt over the math and risk of potentially growing their money by investing it. If you do choose to pay down your debt, prepare yourself because it will not be fun, it will be boring, and you will question whether or not you're doing the right thing. And if you happen to be married, you may even hear from your wife on a regular basis about how long it's taking and about all the things she wants to buy. It's getting old. Here's another thing you've probably heard.
Yeah, but Kay Scholl, I can get a 10% rate of return by investing my money, and my student loans are only at 5%.
On paper, that's true, and you're right. But do some of you even know what you're doing? You are risking your money to potentially get a hypothetical 10% rate of return versus a guaranteed rate of return of 5% by paying off the debt. Because as we all know, a bird in the hand is worth more than two in the bush. When investing and trading your money to get this 10% hypothetical rate of return, you have to be right twice. The first time is knowing when to buy, and then the second time is knowing when to sell. And it's a lot harder to do than it is for me to say. When paying down debt, you don't have to be right at all. You just have to make extra payments. But do yourself a favor while you're paying down your debt. Start learning and researching about building your wealth and investing so that when you're finally done with your debt, you hit the ground running. Or maybe consider using most of your money to pay off debt and using a little bit of money to start investing so that you get the bumps and bruises out of the way. Hey, if you're getting value from this video, let me know by tapping that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Also, let me know in the comments down below. Would you rather pay it off or invest? I'll tell you what though, most people don't even have a proper, fully funded emergency fund in place before they start investing, which is crucial. Do yourself another favor and have a fully funded emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of your expenses in place before you start taking bigger risks with your investment portfolio or in real estate. Can't say it enough. Because I'll tell you what, at some point through your life, something unfortunate might happen to you. And if you don't have enough cash in an emergency fund, you're going to maybe borrow from your 401k or cash out money from your 401k or pull money from your trading account at the wrong time. So do yourself a favor, again, have a proper, fully funded emergency fund. What about your 401k and the employer match? Sure, I hear you. But depending on your debt situation, you may not even get the full value of that employer match. Maybe say if you have like credit card debt that's at 19%, or Maybe you have a 3-year vesting schedule to be fully vested into that employer match, and you only plan on staying at that job for like 2 years. Then what? Okay, let's change gears. Personally speaking, I'm a big fan of having a financial plan. Financial planning. Financial planning. With planning comes the first question you have to ask yourself, which is, what is most important to you? What are your goals? And your goals might be different than someone else's goals, and that's okay. I've literally had thousands of one-on-one conversations with people about their financial goals and can tell you with certainty, some people are just okay being in debt, and other people are highly motivated to get rid of debt. The people okay being in debt will post on social media what they're doing, but secretly be jealous of what the people cooking dinner at home are doing because they're the ones that are about to be out of debt. And then the people cooking dinner at home, they'll be jealous of what they're seeing their other friends and family doing on social media. So no matter how you slice it, life is hard. So what should you do? Well, if you just graduated college and you're getting started, you probably have some student loan debt. Let's just say for this hypothetical example that you have $24,000 of student loan debt and around $500 a month of disposable income to do something with, either pay down debt or invest it. If you prioritize paying down the debt, that will probably take you somewhere around 3 years because you'll be making your normal student loan payment plus this additional $500 a month towards the principal. Side note, you need to make sure that you're calling your student loan servicing company and instructing them to make sure that these extra payments of $500 or whatever it is you can afford to do in your example are going towards principal only. Because in many cases, if you don't instruct them and tell them to do that, they will simply take that money that you pay extra and apply it towards future payments. So make sure you look into that. A buddy of mine I spoke to earlier this year, he was making extra payments and he told me he was 6 months ahead. And I was like, what? So he made sure to call his student loan servicing company that same day and correct that last payment that he made so that it went towards principal only. Okay, let's do some math. So 3 years, if you're 22 years old, that means you won't start investing this extra money until you're 25 years old. Well, $500 a month from age 25 to 65 is 40 years. Assuming a 7% rate of return, you would eventually have approximately $1,235,000. Not bad. You're a millionaire. Conversely, if you remained in debt and invested $500 a month for 43 years from age 22 until 65, again, that's 43 years. Of course, you're going to have more money, approximately $298,000 more money, because you started investing earlier. So what's the present value of $298,000 43 years into the future? It's about $83,600, which is definitely more than the $24,000 of student loans that you have today. However, remember what we said at the beginning about how personal finance is a little bit more about emotions and behavior and not about the math. If people made financial decisions about math, they wouldn't put a $700 flat screen TV purchase on a 19% interest rate credit card. But yet, they run out and buy it to impress some friend that's coming into town next week. It's just dumb. Here comes the domino effect. Maybe paying off your student loans faster will bring your debt-to-income ratio down low enough to get you a better interest rate on that future mortgage you want to buy. How much would that save you over the next 30 to 40 years? Maybe this future home you want to buy is a townhome and you rent out the other 2 rooms to buddies of yours, maybe say for like 5 years until you get married, and you use that extra income, their rent checks that they pay to you, maybe you use that to invest and grow. How much would that make you over the next 30 to 40 years? All because you paid your student loans off early. Food for thought. If you're in that situation and you ask me what to do, I would pay off the debt because the financial discipline that you learn over that 3-year period will have a lifelong impact on your future financial behaviors, and it'll be worth it. If you're ready to take a bigger bite into your financial planning, check out my retirement planning playlist. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments down below. I really do appreciate your time. See you in the next one.